this week we officially let Orlando Brown walk, test the waters. He just got signed right before we came on. Cincinnati Bengals, 4-year, $64 million. But we, the Chiefs, are new left tackle. We've brought in 25-year-old Jawaan Taylor from the Jacksonville Jaguars, played college ball at Florida. So what we're saying is the Chiefs feel that Taylor is athletic enough to make the change from left tackle, from right tackle to left tackle. Guys played a few snaps at left tackle in the NFL, played 2 games in college at left tackle. So pretty much he's a career right tackle guy that we are going to move to from right to left tackle. Some stats about him: third lowest pressure rate allowed of all tackles last year, 2.5%. He allowed 21 pressures, 15 hurries, 1 QB hit, and 5 sacks last season. So before we kind of dive into everything about, the whole move from right to left, because everyone's talking about that right now, what were your overall thoughts just on this acquisition alone of Jawaan Taylor?
Acquiring Jawaan Taylor was something I didn't know we was really covering him, to be honest with you. I mean, he just he came out of left field. But if they were looking, and it kind of goes to the point of Chiefs doing their homework, looking at guys that we don't quite know is, they're searching for. But I think, man, it's a good acquisition, especially now that we see Orlando Brown Jr. has gone out here to Cincinnati. But you're taking a chance of taking a guy that's primarily a right tackle and making him a left tackle. So all those stats were great stats you're talking about on the pressures and whatnot, but that's on the right side. Now he's moving to the left side. Okay, and we talked about this transition from Orlando Brown when he left from over there with the Ravens, coming to the Chiefs, going to the left side. So part of that is it's an adjustment. You got to make an adjustment. It's a tough adjustment to make in the NFL. And so, do they trust him to be and let a guy to go play left tackle? I guess they do, right? So I think the reports, they're looking at it. That's a chance you got to take on a guy. Okay, that's very formidable. It really is. I can't talk about, man, how a difficult task that really is. Not saying it can't be done. We've seen Orlando Brown do it, right? And the transition was a little rocky, because sometimes, when you lock your legs, your body is, kind of set that way. And guys get used to it. Your legs get used to it. Your back gets to it. Your hands get used to it. So, yeah, man, good acquisition. It's going to be tough making that transition from right to left. So can he do it? Is athletic enough? They think so. So we'll see. We'll have to see, man. So there's a lot of different things that I think the Chiefs they're still thinking about. I'll put it that way. Even with the acquisition of Jawaan Taylor, I think it's still things that they're looking at, possibly getting a tackle in the first round. And I think that's where they're going. That's the route, right? Because at a certain point that we're talking about Laramie Tunsil coming in, that's off the books now. That's not going to happen. They're talking about him probably resigning, doing some things, maybe have some talks in house. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
So you think so? Obviously, we've talked about how it's smoke screen season, so people lie about stuff. You wouldn't be surprised then, even though they're saying that he's athletic enough to play left tackle. You wouldn't be surprised if we went the going left tackle in the first round, maybe even trading up to the better left tackle, or just sitting there and getting the best left tackle available. You wouldn't be surprised by that. You think that's still the kind of route we're going to go?
I think it's the route we're going to go. To be honest with you, I think this is what they were thinking all along. Seriously, because we're talking about Laramie Tunsil still in, being looked at and still trying to get talks. Well, there was a reason for it. The reason was because they were feeling that Jawaan Taylor was a right tackle. Okay. Yes, he could go play left when we needed him to, but he's a primarily right tackle. Like they said, we tried this project with Orlando Brown Jr. He did well. Do we do another project with this guy to become left tackle? Yeah, maybe. So I know we were still talking to the left tackles. I guarantee you right now, what we've been seeing the last couple of days, and when you had this conversation, I'm thinking that the Chiefs are, without a doubt, looking at a left tackle in the first round. Okay. So either moving up or best available left tackle, it's probably the route to go. Now, me personally, looking at some of the left tackles that are coming out in the draft, there's some that I prefer than others. And so some of the guys that I was looking at, man, like Anton Harrison is a guy that keeps bringing up, talking about he might be, available in the first round. I like him. I like his feet. Some things that kind of gives me a little pause on some of his technique. It's going to be difficult in the NFL, so he's going to have to make an adjustment. Any guy we bring in is going to have to make an adjustment. DeJuan Jones, we talked about another guy, right tackle, who's athletic. We've seen him play basketball. Could he come over and play left? That's going to be another project that you had to put in, in the forefront, okay, to get him right. The thing is, do you move Jawaan over to left and, DeJuan play right? Right, Jawaan out with these names and play right. Yeah, and get him right. I don't know. Another guy that I like, I think is very athletic, who actually has a background in left tackle, I think is kind of underrated, is Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright. I watched him, man. I really like him. I really like his athletic ability. I like his physicality. I like his nastiness that he plays with. I think he's a guy, and I like his tight legs, his fits. Just kind of watch and listen to what was going on in the Senior Bowl, what he was able to do. I think a lot of people was very impressed with his workouts in not just the Senior Bowl, but also too in the Combine. So he's another guy that I think, man, could absolutely go in and play that position. And I don't think his transition will take that long because he had, I think his second or third year, he played left tackle at Tennessee. Right? Somebody that Trey Smith played with. Guys, I'm serious, would come in and fit really well in what we do scheme-wise.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.